Hello and welcome to the Are You Ready Wrestling Real Life General Chit Chat podcast with myself, Dave Elliott, looking very Santa-esque, young Santa today. And
Santa a gooner, is he?
Yeah, and he is all right. Well, it's season at Hobye, and my little elf dude, Billy the elf.
Fuck you.
What's up, Willie? How's the form, sir?
I'm all good. I'm excited for Christmas.
Yeah. Let me just.
What have you got me this year?
Well, we want to talk about wrestling, but I don't want to talk about wrestling just yet. I know it's a wrestling podcast, and people are like, "Oh, shut up."
But it's Christmas
Get back in your
Eve, babe.
internet nerd zones, and let's talk about Christmas.
Yeah.
What are you doing for Christmas this year, mate?
Getting drunk on Christmas Eve and ruining the day for my family as always.
Where do you go on Christmas Eve?
Horatio Todd's.
Oh, why? You're looking to pick up a 50-year-old bird? Oh,
No,
why?
I'm looking to pick up a Jaeger bomb and fucking sink it and then poke on a tree.
Nice. And the
Christmas
tree?
time.
And do you go there every year?
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's a nice. You know what? I'm both happy for you and sad at the same time.
Why?
Because every Christmas Eve I used to always go for drinks, and then I had kids, and now I have to, be ready for Santa.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you do stockings?
Oh, but that's just I do it all year round. Especially when I go away with my wife, I love it. Stockings and getting pegged. That's my favourite time.
You and Christmas
Yeah.
Day
Yeah.
walking about with wee sexy stockings on.
Just looking like something out of Rocky Horror Show. Oh, Santa.
Santa Davy.
Yeah.
Hurry down.
Put a penis under the tree for me. Oh, Santa emptied a sack in here and there's not a present in sight. Oh, stop it.
Okay. Santa ate the spunk and cookies.
It's a pint of milk this year. Yeah, Santa. Slurp, slurp. Oh, you know what's gross about that? Everything. But also the fact that one day my kids will grow up and their mates, right, will be looking through stupid shit I have done. And they'll be like, here's a wee video of your dad being a fucking weirdo. And they'll have that. Remember the time he said he gave... Like, that's so gross. Santa doesn't necessarily want a pint of spunk. There's nothing to say it's Santa drinks spunk.
Who says he wants milk either?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, he gets a Guinness in my house, some milk, and now he's going to get...
Does he get a Guinness?
A shot of spunk as well.
Did you give Santa a Guinness?
Yep, Santa gets... Bizarrely enough, Santa has similar tastes to me.
I remember a year my dad left the spliff out for Santa.
You came down and found him baked in the morning. Eating everything, just all the turkey done, the work's gone.
I remember he did that. That was very funny.
And Rudolph gets a carrot.
Yeah, who? Right,
That's
here's
it.
I want to know, you're a parent. Do you take it? Because there was always teeth
I do
marks in the
take
carrot.
it, yeah. Oh,
do
sorry.
you take the
I'll be honest.
put the carrot in your arse?
In the past, I have taken it, but then again, I've got very distinguishable gap teeth. So like Rudolph's fucking got shite oral hygiene as well. Yeah, it's just that. But now
Rudolph's eating two sides of this carrot. There's like strip in the middle.
saying if Santa wasn't real, which I'm not saying because we all know he is, but if it was me, what I would do would be probably hold the carrot down to the dog and let the dog have a big nosh at the carrot and then put it back.
I see.
Yeah.
To me, Santa is a Jewish state because he is real.
Very good. That was good. So
Christmas, Jewish banter.
What's this show we're doing called?
Are you ready?
I thought it was the Blame Game because that was such
It's so
satirical comedy right
I
there.
love doing such
Yeah.
shit puns at the minute. I don't know
That
why.
was good. Yeah.
I just love ruining the atmosphere.
I'm just having this German cup.
I love when I said that. I heard Dan audibly go, "Oh my god."
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, mate! See, at Christmas, I love Christmas now. I must say, and I feel I was sad for a period whenever I had kids.
Why?
Because I have kids, but I wasn't able to do basically whatever the fuck I want to do. I have to look after those stupid wee twats now.
But you not get a wee magical feeling when they're...
Listen, there's nothing better than see their wee faces on Christmas Day. There was a period of time I was like, no, 14 pints of stout on Christmas Eve is better than, but no, the kids' faces are. Now, what the good news is, I've decided this year, listeners might know this, but I'm a very positive guy. I'm a life-affirmed person now. I'm very positive.
It's very fucking annoying. I can't wait for it to stop.
Well, listen, just be happy, mate. I'm focused on my goals and my family and my
Don't tell me what to do.
So listen, what I'm saying is this year I'm putting socialising to the forefront. I'm going to meet my mates. I'm going to have pints. I'm not just going to sit in like a miserable guy.
Stay away from me.
So yeah, so I'm going out for a few wee social things and
Very
have
good.
a nice time.
Very good.
And what I would like to say, tell me when to stop.
Stop doing this altogether.
Whoa. This is weird because I think that I've managed to stop in the exact same quote for next week's podcast. Right, so tell me to stop again.
Stop.
According to ancient Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu, gratitude is vital because when you realize nothing is lacking, the whole world belongs to you. And that's why I'm a positive guy, mate. So I'm looking forward to Christmas. I'm looking forward to seeing what Santa might get the kids.
What do you think Santa's going to get the
I
kids?
think he might get them some dolls with like some...
What, some like birds from the 50s?
Aye, some dolls. Some fucking
Santa got
broads.
you some dolls, some
He's got
broads,
you some broads.
some
Yeah.
skirt.
Yeah, that's what he's going to get them.
What
And-
dolls are in now? I remember my sister was younger. It was Bratz.
No, brats are... They've gone past brats. It's like some fucking weird... Like, they're into super realistic dolls now. So they're getting
I
like...
literally got like a,
Yeah,
a
so
shiver.
they're getting super realistic dolls and I'm getting super realistic dolls. Oh, fucking
Daddy's going up to blow up his doll.
oh, I don't need it. I fucking blow in the doll. Fucking blow out the doll. Fucking...
Are you coming or cold? What is
Coming,
that?
cold and coming. It's a cost of living crisis, but it's still got a bust, you know. Because again, it still don't last longer in the cold.
We're in a hot water bottle, a blanket, but no trousers.
But yeah, so that's what they're going to get and a lot of other wee bits and bobs. But no, we're all set. We're all set for Christmas. And it's all good. We're doing...
Do you have a Christmas movie before the kids go to
Oh,
bed?
mate, The Grinch.
Oh yeah, I'm in that.
The Grinch. No, no.
I play everybody.
You were in the original. You're in the Jim Carrey one, but this is a cartoon one with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cucumber Patch.
Yeah, Benedict Cumbersnatch. Oh, that's gross. He is
Benedict Crumble Patch.
close. He is in like an animated version. What are those wee yellow guys called? The weird eyes. What are you called?
I'm not saying it.
Minions.
Oh right, okay.
The same people that make
I'm
the
not saying
same
it.
people that make the Minions film made The Grinch. Illumination.
DreamWorks. Oh, Illumination.
And it's very good. And it's
Very
very
good.
bright, very cool. Both the girls actually sit and watch it.
You're not an elf family.
No, we're fully grown. No, we do like Elf. We like Elf. We like The Grinch. We also like Arthur Christmas,
Haven't seen it.
which is good. We like because you have to watch the animated ones with the kids because they're only wee.
For if when they get teenagers, you can show them Bad Santa
True.
with Thurman Merman.
Oh, Thurman Merman, who oddly looks like my youngest. She's the type perm and is rotund as well.
That is so nasty. Do not say your youngest looks like Thurman
Thurman
Merman.
Merman's cute. You know what I actually think?
Oh, yes.
See, looking at you in this light, it's Grinch-like. You know what I mean? It is Grinch-like, and it's very. Oh no, don't do that. That's scary. Weird, because you are quite a handsome guy, but you can be revolting as well.
I have a really good ability to twist my face.
Yeah, which is it's terrifying.
I must stop Christmas from happening.
Those eyes were weird because they both went off different directions there. Look down the camera, please, so people can see how weird that is. Whoa. So listen, what is our gift to the wrestling nerds of the world that love to listen to the Are You Ready podcast this week? What are we chatting about?
Bring to you the worst pay-per-views ever made.
And now, for anybody...
My
who's
eyes
just-
hurt.
I'm sure that they do. For anyone just newly into wrestling, a pay-per-view is also what WWE would refer to as a premium
Yep.
live event.
You may have seen them from other things that use it, such as the UFC or Television X.
There's Television X, the adult channel.
Yes.
So children, don't tune in, or you may or may not see tits.
They do a free view on the hour, every hour.
And it lasts for...
10 minutes.
Oh, it's still 10.
Still
They dropped it to 5, and I thought, stingy bastards.
Did?
Yeah, you couldn't even get it out in 5 minutes.
That's worse than Freddo's.
You know what I mean? You could.
See, when you were a teenager waiting on the free view, you did. You could have busted in two.
Yeah, like you probably be busted just the music. You're like, oh, here we go for the excitement of
Are
it.
you ready to be a dirty... I hated how they degraded you.
Yeah.
Are you ready to be a dirty bastard? You're like, I'm giving you business. Be nice to me.
Why was it Paddington doing the voice?
Lesbian sandwiches are rather lovely. Would you like some of my marmalade? It's ever so sticky.
Except it's not marmalade, it's sperm.
Aunt Lucy's lesbian adventures.
Going to Peru from the place that you poo. Welcome to Paddington. But yeah,
Now I see why they call you Mr. Brown.
fuck's sake.
Those are great movies, by the way.
Oh, they are great movies, but I need to point this out. See, for a younger guy, why are you watching the free views? You have access on your phone to
Oh, this is
literally
when I was like a teenager.
the filth. Has that only come in recently, has it?
Yeah.
Because like I remember I used to have to like record VHSs and all.
There used to be a back button on the NTL box we had.
what?
Back. So it would go back to the last channel you were on. So my mum and dad's room was the one that had like a spare TV in it. So they used to let me go up and watch wrestling, and that's how we bring it around. But of course, you were watching Friday Night SmackDown, and then flicking over to Friday Night Slapdown.
All right, okay. And were you going to tell me a story about the back button? Did you get caught?
No.
All right.
It was just my handy device.
Oh, I thought you meant that someone came in after you and hit the back button. It was just dirty Boston need a taxi. Oh, I fucking love it, you slag.
I was like, fucking Triple H is looking well.
I know, yeah. The entrance ramp's very. Oh no, it's an anus. Wow. But yeah, that back in that day, 'cause that was one of the worst things that ever in my life ever happened to me. I was out for a night out. I came home. We had Sky multi room, and I just come in to the room. Thought I'll see what's on. If there here we are. It's time for a free view. Got the Sky remote, bam, 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 straight onto the channel. Not even like a flick, an accidental, bam, 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 straight to it. And as I settled back to relax for 5 minutes of self-reflection, I just saw like the channel come up 4, and I said, huh, what? 0? I'm like, am I hitting the button? No, 1. My dad was upstairs watching live golf. So I come in, just fucking bang it straight onto the filth, and he was sitting up there being like, oh, wow. And I
love how he waited the 5 minutes also.
Oh, no, I know. He's like, why is he going back 5 minutes later? But I was just like, oh no. And that was one of the worst moments.
Did he ever speak about it?
Never. Which is legendary of him. But I was just like in that moment going, oh no. So I just straight to bed.
I just imagine your dad watching the golf and seeing 9-0 and he's went, we'll see how this plays.
Yeah. Oh, maybe he's sitting on the controller. No, not sitting on it, shoving it up his arm. That's what's going on. But yeah, that was fucking terrible. And then my go-to plan was I'll blame my sister, who when I was what age at the time, probably 18, she'd be like 14. Or it was my 13-year-old sister watching porn at 1 o'clock, on a Thursday.
She wanted to see Bendover's Road Diaries.
Exactly, fucking Johnny Marino in Greece. It's like, what's going on here?
I used to love the porn channels. Like shit pun names.
Oh, that was the best.
Girls allowed
to suck my cock. The best one ever, by far and away, was one. It was on the TV show called Porn Crackers. They give the best of the name of the best like porn parodies. She had like Edward Dickhans, which is just the guy.
I've seen Edward Dickhans.
Yeah, but the best ever, number 1 on the list. You know what the best on Porn Crackers number 1 list? The best porn names were best porn parodies. Men in Black. Men.
I want someone called Only Fools and Arses.
Oh dear, that's amazing. Any others you can come up with?
No, that's what I actually saw.
Only Fools and Arses. Uncle Albert's just called Prince Albert, and it's just a penis. Yeah, CGI cock.
At one point, the woman goes, "You better stay away from that tit still, boy."
And Del Boy's like,
no.
Very good. Only tits and arses.
Only fools and arses.
Yeah. All right, sorry. There we are. Only fools and arses.
Good one too.
Yeah.
Stacey Lacey's in it. Wonderful woman.
Stacey Lacey, is she in EastEnders as well?
Nah, it's Stacey Slater.
Slater.
Cat Slater. I love that meme of Cat Slater.
Oh yeah.
I did see one instead of EastEnders, it was Bellenders.
They're getting a wee bit shit with that one. What would a Bellenders? Just
the meme of Cat Slater where she was like, I didn't become a bit of a slag. I became a total slag.
Yeah, that is a fucking great one. Oh, fucking hell. Only fools and arses.
Yeah.
Very enjoyable.
It was brilliant.
Oh.
But yeah, that's how I spent my Christmases.
Watching porn and eating celebrations.
Favourite
celebration? What a wee chocolatey wee dick you would have after that. Just all fucking bounty finger. Fucking rabbit.
The post-cum shame you'd get from an empty box of celebrations and jizz on you. On Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Be a worse person.
I know. What a great time.
What is your favourite celebration? We will get into wrestling eventually, but
after a spot. Yeah, no. My favourite in the box is probably the caramel Galaxy's nice. Basic or the hard Galaxy. No, in fact, fuck it. It's a Malteser. Because it's a big, thick fucking ball of chocolate.
See, people who keep their celebrations in the fridge and then you try and eat a Malteser.
Yeah.
That's how you lose a tooth.
Yeah, you know what you should do? You should
Bounty's my favourite.
Bounty? Oh, so you're a sad boy now?
Do you know why I like Bounties too? Because no one else likes them. So you get to have them all. You can have them all.
See, that's what I'm like with Quality Street. I like, the wee The wee square, like the square, because the wee square green ones, people are like, oh, that's probably like stinking, but it's just pure chocolate.
Oh, yeah, they're great. No, it's stinking, and anyone who gets you a box of them needs shot. Roses. And they're expensive as well, and there's not a nice one.
But you know what's worse than roses at Christmas? When someone gives you either after eights or matchsticks. You're like, what the fuck do we do?
They can get the fuck.
Mikados, who even made that?
Mikados are nice. Mikados are nice.
I don't know.
Ferrero Rochers.
Oh, they are good. But that's an acquired taste, doesn't it? You have to be an adult to like.
What's the big coconutty white chocolate one?
Oh, Raffaello's.
Oh,
they're very nice.
Oh, they're brilliant. Oh, but speaking
I love eating sweets. It's fucking Christmas. I love eating. Christmas is just the best time to eat and drink.
Because no one judges you because you're sitting with a whiskey and fucking 4 bags of crisps. A couple of years ago,
my dad came round to my house on Christmas Eve and was like, do you still have the Sky in there? Can I watch the television? No. He came in and he was like, I've got you something. And I was like, what was it? And he handed me this package. It was really hot. I was like, what the fuck's that? And he goes, it's just a roast ham for you, son. I honestly
That's so
cried.
sad.
I was like, you just... What? And he goes, we had just too much here, so I thought you'd like some. And I just did hot ham sandwiches and Baileys all night. It was the best nights of my life. Just great. And it was so nice. And every year since that, he's been like, he brings me.
I can just imagine father and son playing in the background as you're necking a Baileys.
It's just such a good. Oh, don't tell me about that. A few years ago, whenever we were having people around Boxing Day, and rather than making Christmas food, I made them bizarrely chicken paprikash for some reason, and I was preparing it all, and I had a bottle of Baileys, but I didn't measure it right. So I was just drinking essentially pints of Baileys, thinking this is just nice chocolate milk, full of whiskey. I was blocked, and I fell asleep, couldn't end up finishing the dinner. Catherine did finish, you're a disgrace. I was like, I've drank a litre of Baileys. I mean, I think I'm actually a legend. If anything.
Blocked on Baileys, you basic
blocked
bitch.
on Baileys. A litre of it, though. And not only was it blocked, I was like, the guys in Jackass who drink too much milk, they're just poking everywhere. Just Baileys being like, it's my Christmas too, yeah.
You're walking about like Shane McGowan.
I know, I felt like it the next day. Was not a good time, but listen.
Speaking of Christmas, today's episode is based on the worst pay-per-views ever made in wrestling.
And people will often, like, for those who don't know what, like, let's go through what are some of the well-known and good pay-per-views?
Royal Rumble. Even if you don't watch wrestling anymore, you tune in for the Rumble.
You also would watch, of course, WrestleMania. They go without saying.
Elimination. That whole stretch, those three, Elimination Chamber.
No, I will get into Elimination Chamber because I've got beef with Elimination Chamber as a pay-per-view. I think, fuck that.
We'll get into that. We'll get into it.
But you've got Survivor Series. They did War Games there a few weeks back.
Yeah. War Games!
Was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
Did you watch it?
I
did. Yeah.
What do you think of it? Because before we start, Survivor Series traditionally.
This is one of the questions people ask me about. What do we think of the Bloodline storyline altogether?
Well, I mean, we'll get into that later. But I want to say, like, generally Survivor Series is a team of what?
5.
Like a tag team of 5, and it's elimination.
Yep.
Last man standing wins. They've changed it a bit over the years to be like a brand thing, having a Raw versus SmackDown.
I don't like when they do it.
Like it either. I like the traditional matches, but now they've brought in War Games. So for anyone who doesn't know, what is a War Games match?
So it's basically like 2 rings are put together side by side inside a big
Sounds
cage.
like what I watch on Television X.
Johnny Marino's War Games.
Just 2 rings put beside
Johnny Marino's War Games?
Yeah. So 2 rings side by side, and how does that
inside a giant cage? Then there's 2 teams of 4, I believe.
5 is it? Or 4? Because you had the Bloodline, didn't you?
5.
Yeah.
5. So it starts off with one member of each team fighting. Then after 5-minute intervals, someone from each team will enter the ring at different points until you've got 10 people inside 2 rings scrapping. And then the first team to get a pinfall. The change that it used to be the first team to get a submission. It had to be a submission.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. And then they changed it to just pinfall. I like the idea of submission. I liked it better.
Yeah, I see. I like the idea of an elimination aspect to it. Because it can be a bit wild. Like, if it's being eliminated, that could be a lot of fun, and that could make for, like, people getting.
You're gonna need 9 pinfalls in a match. It's too many. It's too many pinfalls.
I suppose that's fair.
It's 9.
And what makes it special? Like, can you use weapons in it? No.
It's like no disqualification though. I don't. So I think people use weapons. I haven't seen many of them.
Yeah, I saw the one where Tommaso Ciampa did like a driver off the top of the.
I didn't see that one.
It was absolutely mental.
I saw
that move where he holds you like that, holds your head in there, and he did it off the War Games.
Oh, what's that called? Ciampa effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
The first one I ever saw was the NWO versus WCW.
The guys with attitude, or
and they had a fake Sting.
So what?
Yeah.
Who had the fake Sting? NWO?
NWO, because the idea was Sting was is he gonna betray WCW?
Yeah.
Then it looked like it did look spit on like Sting, and then this guy comes out, and then actual Sting comes out, beats the fuck out of everyone, and then leaves because he's like, "You guys didn't trust me, I'm away."
Mm-hmm. So they were like, "You're going to leave," and then he did. So
they were like, "You're gonna betray us," and they brought out the fake Sting, and they were like, "Oh my god, he did betray us," and then Sting was like, "Nah."
Who was the fake Sting?
Jeff Farmer.
Wow, there's some trivia for you. And who the fuck's Jeff Farmer when he's at home?
Fake Sting.
Like, and does he look right enough like Sting?
Fucking spot on like Sting.
Yeah,
really
did
like
he
Sting.
wrestle other than that?
I don't
What's
know.
called Jeff Farmer?
I think
fake
it's
Sting?
Jeff Farmer. The knowledge, like I can remember this and can barely remember my pin code, but I can tell you who played fake Sting in '97.
In WCW.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at him. Fake Sting.
Pick on those.
I mean, he does look like Sting. To be fair, he's got more Sting. The hair's more like current Sting than the Sting of the time. But yeah, Sting of the
time.
Sting of the
Don't stop your crying, it's a sting of the times. Yeah. I love how we both went for that.
Yeah. By the way, on a side note entirely, there is a guy who works in Starbucks in Bangor at Bloomfields who looks identical to Harry Styles. Sting with a mask, yeah. It's so awkward when he delivers his lattes from the roof. You're like, spilled everywhere, you bastard. But no,
you don't clear up after yourself and he just points at your car with a bat.
I know. But identical to Harry Styles.
Yeah.
Like, he's a good looking
lucky bastard.
Kid. I mean, his hair's a bit shorter, but barring that, beggars can't be choosers.
I look identical.
Big shout out to
Grinch.
Harry Styles from the Starbucks. Yeah, you look like a Grinch, and I look like Bluto, and he looks like Harry Styles. Fuck him. But so that passed off. The Bloodline won.
Yeah.
Are the Bloodline or just they're the best thing in all wrestling?
They're cool. I like them.
They're doing well.
Anything that Paul Heyman's in?
He seems to be the best guy ever, doesn't he? Really?
He's especially since he came back with CM Punk.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Do you think CM Punk will ever return to WWE? Because
no. Why would you have him at this point? He's a dick.
But
and I like him. But
bring him back for one match. He'll make
he's a
shirts.
Who would he wrestle? He can't. The only one I'd want to see him wrestle
is Triple H.
Triple H can't wrestle now. Who would you bring him back to face?
Well, I mean MJF and WWE. What about that for a shout? That's who I bring him back to fight.
You're gonna need MJF to jump. I don't see that happening. With who's in WWE now? Who would you bring back Punk to face even just once? Reigns,
Cena.
You've seen it 50 times.
I know, but ironically, you haven't. If you know what I mean.
No, you have. Fuck up.
But yeah, I don't know. I think just if you want to make dough, you bring him back. But they're bringing back a lot of people.
I don't see it.
But I don't see anyone beating the Bloodline. I don't know who's going to do it.
Speculate on that before we get into pay-per-views. Who? This thing, wrestling fans, they're like Marvel fans. They always need to know where's it going. Enjoy the ride.
But I'm convinced that you told us a few episodes back, that you think Sami Zayn might be the one to do it. I think maybe it could be now.
Either Sami or Cody. Because it keeps like they're angling for that Rock match. They're not gonna get it.
Well, what I would love to happen is the Rock to come back and lose to Roman Reigns.
Yeah, it would make sense if Reigns lost that. But they're not gonna get it. He has too many movies on. If he gets injured, his movies are shelved.
Would
cost millions of dollars.
Is Rikishi going to ever do anything in the Bloodline?
That'd be
come back as a advisor or something?
That'd be interesting. Maybe.
You know what? I don't know if this is just me looking into it, but I think Solo Sikoa's looking a wee bit like he's turning a bit more like Jay now. He's like not really involved in it as much.
I don't know how I feel about him.
No,
he's just there, isn't he? How sad is it Jamal and Rosie are dead? Because if they were still alive,
oh fuck. If Umaga was in the Bloodline, shit, he'd be the wrecker. Yeah. He was brilliant.
He was outstanding.
Yeah, brilliant.
I loved that he could move like a motherfucker.
See, he had a match with somebody. It was one of the best matches I've ever seen at a pay-per-view.
Lashley?
No, it was
Cena?
No, it was somebody small. It was like a Jeff Hardy or somebody. But it was like he took the spike and flipped
I think that was Hardy, yeah.
Brilliant.
He threw him up and did it?
Yeah. He was brilliant. Because I didn't like him in the 4-minute warning. I just thought, why are they dressed like that? It's weird.
I love them.
Did
I just hear myself say 3 minutes?
Yeah, but I didn't like those guys.
Got 3 minutes to get out of here. Drink some beer and kiss some quiz.
But as Umaga, he was 10 out of 10. And I just wish he wasn't dead.
Well, he is. But that's the best pay-per-views. Not all pay-per-views are good.
No.
Some are.
What? Look, for
absolutely
anyone
abysmal.
that's sitting there being like, I don't listen. This all I talk about is WWE. Blah.
What's a wrestling
Like
podcast?
Starcade. That was the big one in WCW,
There's
wasn't
some
it?
fucking dire ones there.
Yeah. What's the big one? All or Nothing in AEW?
Yeah.
Or what's
Double
their
or
other one?
Nothing?
Double or Nothing, and they have another one that was
All in.
All In. That was the first one, or All Out, whatever they're calling it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they were big
They
ones.
were good. I have a hate love relate. There's some aspects of AEW I love.
Yeah, such as.
But the ones like I was a fan of Cody Rhodes. I'm a fan of psychology in wrestling. I like the story based matches. I don't like the flips. If you can do a Rey Mysterio and work the flips into a story,
Yeah.
great, do that. I don't want to see you doing a fucking backflip, swanton off a ladder through a bunch of tables.
Yeah.
I don't like that. So I dislike a lot of AEW. I also don't love Kenny Omega. I don't see the hype behind him. But some of it's great. The Cody Rhodes Goldust match,
Oh, that was a superb match.
brilliant. CM Punk MJF, fantastic.
Yeah. I like MJF now, I must say. I think he's up there. He's very good.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
He's very good at being a cock.
He's the
which I
same
like.
age as me.
Oh, really?
He's the same age as I am. That's mental.
That is bad. Which means he's like 20 years younger than me. Shit.
Yeah,
But he is very, very
he's
good.
class.
But what do you think about AEW gets a bit of stick about like not really pushing their own guys anymore, or like they've got away from that a bit. And it's a bit. I never think it's very jointed. It's always very split, and it's nothing really is seen through that well in AEW. I don't think.
I agree.
know?
There's, I don't know. It feels almost like it's just someone playing general manager mode on their PlayStation.
Yeah.
Done it.
Yeah, and like
There's just shit happening randomly.
I don't like the Elite, and they've come back, and they're obviously doing the whole like.
Carry on my wayward son. They'll be pissed when you. Fuck off.
Yeah, I don't like.
Is there a group that suck their own cocks more on TV?
Well, on there's a couple. There's a show Johnny Marino does. Actually, it's pretty impressive. Yoga cocksuckers, yeah. But apart from I don't think
They're too
Yeah.
self-referential.
But at the end of the day, too, like it's like I don't think anyone really cares about them that much anymore.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It's
No,
like
that's when people are like, well, the Elite have been pushing the back foot. Good.
yeah.
I don't like them. Now, we could get hate for this, but I don't.
And who do you think then? Who are the ones like? Because I think what Triple H has done since he's come back has been make WWE seem like the big leagues again.
Yeah.
Like you would go there. Like
There's a
Cody
lot
going over.
less stupid shit.
Yeah.
There's a lot less, we'll bring in this big scurry guy and put him in a fucking silly hat.
Oh, get
And
rid
make
of
him
Omos.
dance.
I don't like Omos.
Do you not like him?
No, he just doesn't do anything.
Do you remember that we talked about this, the
really
Royal
big.
Rumble? I remember me and my mate like took some edibles and watched the Royal Rumble. And it was the Royal Rumble where Omos was just reaching into the ring and pulling people out.
Yeah.
And I couldn't stop laughing because he reminded me of Mr. Tickle.
Yeah.
Because he was just reaching in and like, I was like, it's
Yeah.
fucking ridiculous.
I just don't like him at all.
He can't wrestle for shit.
Yeah, which is important when you need to be a wrestler. But like when you're looking at AEW now, you're looking at ones who could make the jump. MJF, would you
Christian.
say the Cowboy?
I don't like him.
Adam Page, no?
Sorry.
Hangman?
I like the story of him coming back from being an alcoholic and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then John Moxley did it for real.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like him. I hate the buckshot lariat as a move.
Yeah, it's a bit stupid. You couldn't. I like a move that you could just do in a corridor. You know, a move
But
that like at any
the front
time.
flip and then a clothesline.
Yeah. Because you
do a clothesline.
You take the momentum off, like unless you're hitting them midair.
I hate skinny, like a clothesline for a finisher
Mm-hmm.
should be something that a big, meaty, JB, we've talked about
yeah,
like,
what a clothesline
he
that
hits you
is.
with a clothesline, your fucking jaw's fucked.
Yeah.
Like,
You know who I think is a really good wrestler that should go to WWE? Ray Phoenix.
He is very
He's
good.
brilliant. And actually, that big weird guy, the Luchasaurus.
Luchasaurus?
He's very
I
good.
like him, but it's another one of those gimmicks that's like very fucking silly.
But it's a stupid gimmick, but he's a good wrestler.
He is very
you know,
good.
So I think he there
Orange
would be
Cassidy.
He would. I don't think WWE would like him because he's too like weird, and the whole kicking. Like I just don't. I think it suits an AEW better.
Yeah. Danhausen?
No.
No?
So I mean, now there's one guy on AEW that I could see coming back and getting a title run
I'm very
in
cool.
WWE, and he's got a couple of boys, and he hangs around with the.
We're not
Acclaimed.
doing
I'm not
this.
getting into it. But I'm
No,
just gonna
we're
leave
not
it at that.
discussing him.
Just leaving it there.
Hook?
No, fuck him.
Fuck off.
Yeah, Hook's not. You know,
Hook's class.
Dominic Mysterio's better than Hook.
No, he's not.
He is.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
Dominic Mysterio's top of the game right now.
He's great. The scene where he broke into Rey Mysterio's house over Thanksgiving, bit the shit out of him.
Yeah, you know, I said a couple of weeks ago.
He comes to the door and Rey's putting his wee mask on.
I like that because whenever I went to the door, I'm like, no, is Rey going to open the door with his mask on here, or is he going to be putting it on? I hope he's putting it on.
I love the idea that he wears his mask, like even in the shower and shit.
Because like, do you ever play like on the video games? He's always wearing it, so you'd have him backstage. Should we take a wee minute? You get your jacket on.
Very cool. I'm sorry.
Clip that. Just 10 minutes of him trying to put a coat on. But Rey Mysterio was like backstage. You'd have him like in his normal gear and all, but he'd always have the mask on.
Yeah.
It's like when you play FIFA and you're trying to sign Petr Cech and he's got his wee helmet on. You're like, you're negotiating a contract. Why is he got to protect the helmet? It was very strange.
Do you remember he was a great player before he got kneed in the fucking head?
Mm-hmm. Before his head got caved in, he was brilliant, and then moved to Arsenal coincidentally. But no, I think that the AEW is taking a bit of a dip, and WWE is just great. And I think Triple H bringing back the traditional pay-per-views, traditional style.
They're looking to get rid of the gimmick ones, so TLC, Extreme Rules,
Hell in a Cell, Elimination Chamber.
I love them as matches.
Yeah.
But it's become the point. It's like, well, we just have to have a Hell in a Cell should be a blow off.
Yeah.
And it's now to the point I'm not excited for Hell in a Cell matches anymore because I'm like, I've seen every conceivable spot that could happen.
But you know what would be a good Hell in a Cell match? To have somebody in it and just have a proper match in it. Used to sell as like, you know.
Remember they did do it once in recent times. Do you remember this match?
Who was it?
Shane
Rollins?
McMahon versus The Undertaker.
Yes. And it was a big fucking silver cage.
Yes.
Do you remember they had the cage that was
and Vince on live on TV went, I'm going to give you a fucking beating.
Oh, yeah. But that was one of the closest fucking things of all time to like Shane dying. Because like they just got The Undertaker. He just got out of the way.
Yeah.
And like who was it that Kevin Owens was fighting somebody? Shane was it as well?
Yeah.
And he jumped off it and it was like he just missed.
Yeah.
That's fucking.
But also, I love the whole idea of that storyline. I was like, oh, we're going to see what's in the lockbox. And then he lost. It was like, no, you won't. Yeah. Turns out what was in that lockbox was a load of NDAs. But
you'll never see inside my box. Triple H.
I've slept with a lot of women I shouldn't have.
I paid them off, but respected. At least he gave them a good payday.
Yeah.
Fair play. Fair play to Vince. Yeah. But no, I think they need to make the matches more important. Same with the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Like it was brought in by Bischoff, wasn't it, to like settle.
Yes. It was like a load of people were feuding at once and they were getting in the way of each other's matches. So he's like, okay, here's what we're going to do. Mm-hmm. We're all going to settle this in one match.
30 miles of steel.
Who won the first Elimination Chamber? Can you remember?
Ooh.
Chavo.
It wasn't Chavo.
I wasn't imagine it was.
Was it Chris Jericho or Goldberg?
He was in it. He was he wasn't in the first one.
Jericho, Triple H was in it.
He was in it.
Was Shawn Michaels in it?
He was
RVD?
In it. He was in it.
Ooh, Cena?
Nope.
No. Batista?
Nope. Before, but Batista wasn't even there at this point.
Undertaker? No, he wouldn't have been in that. I don't know, mate. Who are the other ones?
So it was Shawn Michaels, RVD, Chris Jericho, Triple H,
Big Show,
Kane, and I can't for the life of me remember that. No.
And who won it?
Shawn Michaels.
Was that the one when he won the belt?
Yeah.
And he was wearing like brown trousers?
Yeah, because he
had a wee bob haircut.
Yeah.
Actually, do you remember that?
You're thinking of the 03 one,
uh-huh.
which was Orton, Michaels,
Goldberg,
Triple H,
Jericho. Because he double speared Jericho through the cell.
Yeah.
Angle maybe was he in that one?
No. Angle was he ever in one?
I don't know.
I don't think he was.
Because then they got.
I could be wrong. No, he was in one at New Year's Revolution.
Should have won like once every so often.
Yeah,
as part of it.
They would have it once a year. Start off as SummerSlam, move to New Year's Revolution.
Yeah. But then that was, speaking of New Year, they brought it back once for what's arguably considered the worst pay-per-view of all time across now there's ones outside of WWE that are considered maybe worse, but inside WWE it's overall agreed that December to
the only ever ECW exclusive pay-per-view,
and they say it was so bad. Basically it was headlined by an Elimination Chamber. Do you know who was in that Elimination Chamber match?
I know a lot about this one. So it was Bobby Lashley.
Correct.
It was the Big Show.
Correct.
It was CM Punk.
Yep.
It was originally meant to be Sabu.
Uh-huh.
But they took him out for Bob Holly.
Spark plug.
Yeah. It was RVD.
Uh-huh.
That's 5, isn't it?
And it was a guy who was
the Sandman? Oh, the Big Show.
The Big Show. And now what difference was that? Rather than just being an Elimination Chamber, Vince would have gone at the time, what we want to do is it's ECW, so it's got to be extreme. So what he did was just stick weapons to the roof
And everyone had a weapon
of the cage.
in the chamber with them.
Yeah.
I think
Why
Big Show
nobody?
had just a big table.
Yeah, but why would nobody pick a gun?
You're not allowed to legalize murder, mate.
Well, if you're going to win and if it's going to be extreme, you should just come in with a gun. But for the sake of wrestling, you can't shoot in the body or the head. You can just shoot in the legs.
Oscar Pistorius to WWE
Yeah,
confirmed.
just kneecapping. Just send out fucking just send out again. Have a paramilitary wrestler. Send them out kneecap people. Boom boom.
But I remember Sabu was meant to be in that.
And why did they take him out? Did he get injured?
They thought they wanted to put Bob Holly over.
Uh-huh.
I thought it'd be more credible to have him beat. Oh, they wanted to put Bobby Lashley over.
Yeah.
Thought it'd be more credible if he beat Bob Holly.
And Sabu, but Sabu would have been great in there because he's
Yeah.
a mental bastard.
I think they had Punk eliminated first, and he was an ECW favorite as
Yeah,
well.
but the revamped ECW wasn't good. However, what was good was the very first ECW One Night Stand in the Hammerstein Ballroom. 10 out of 10.
Oh, that's one of the best.
That was great.
Have you ever seen the version where they've just give JBL a mic when he's hammered?
Yes, and he's just up in the crowd being blocked. Was that like SmackDown versus ECW and Raw?
SmackDown and Raw versus ECW. It was the Invaders they were called.
And that was whenever
When they're all chanting, "You suck dick."
Was that
you
whenever
suck dick?
RVD
And Kurt
won?
Angle. That's the second one.
who was the main event in the first one?
It was the Dudleys versus Tommy Dreamer and the Sandman.
And wasn't there, what do you call that guy? Mike Awesome fought somebody, didn't he? And
Masato Tanaka.
And that was a good match.
Yeah, where Joey Styles says the line, "Mike Awesome with a suicide dive, and it's a shame he didn't take his own life." And a few months later, he did.
Oh,
Joey
wow.
Styles, everybody.
I didn't like Joey Styles.
I can't stand Joey
I don't
Styles.
know why they made "Oh my God" his saying when he said,
Oh my God.
but he just said so stupid and it was
Yeah.
clearly put on.
Yeah.
I
Paul,
never
here,
liked him.
hot take. Paul Heyman's a way better commentator than Joey
yeah.
Styles was.
Paul Heyman's the greatest wrestling valet / brain ever.
Brilliant at everything.
Yeah, but that's what always happens with Vince. He's like, that idea worked. Let's overplay it.
Yeah.
And it's just stupid.
Yeah,
now.
but there's that bit where they're all shouting the crowd, sounding like Kurt Angle, "Oh, you suck dick, you suck dick." And he got on the mic, he's like, "Your mother taught me how." And I'm like, it's not the burn you were really going for there, Kurt, was it?
But it's good from Kurt.
Yeah.
That's pretty quick.
Kurt saying, "Yeah, I can suck
Yeah.
a dick, your mother taught me."
But so in terms of pay-per-views, then, is there any stick out in terms of your mind that are the worst?
Outside of WWE,
Because let me just run through some of the matches for December to Dismember of other matches they had on. Mike Knox and Kelly Kelly versus Kevin Thorne and Ariel.
I remember Kevin Thorne. Fat vampire.
Mordecai, mate. Like, he's the worst guy. They just like, you need to be a freak.
Yeah.
And then just like every freak he just couldn't be. So he just used to be a guy who kicks the fuck out of people.
He was god awful.
Tommy Dreamer versus, can you guess who Tommy Dreamer fought at this ECW exclusive
Eugene?
pay-per-view? Davari, mate.
Fuck
Yeah.
off. Davari.
Yep. And then one of our favourite tag teams across all
The
wrestling.
Dex.
Nope, the FBI, full-blooded Italians.
Shout out to you, Vito. I know you watched
They
the show.
shout out the video against, do you know who they fought? Think an ECW tag team, a legendary ECW tag team.
The Dudleys?
Elijah Burke and Sylvester Turkey, mate. Don't worry about it. So that's what Vince thought, this is going to be a great pay-per-view. Believe it or not, the main event was decent, but apart from that, it was shit.
Yeah. Was the
know.
Salmon on the pay-per-view at all?
No.
Holy shit. Was he
Yeah.
gone by then?
I drank a lot of pints that day.
I remember someone saying they knew someone who booked Salmon for a wrestling show and he demanded that he get paid in crack. So
Nice.
shout out to the Salmon.
I mean, listen, if you're listening, Sandman, we can provide plenty of crack if you come on this podcast anytime.
No, because he will demand crack cocaine.
But listen, those boys can sort it out. Adam Fosty, no man. Too. Shane Tall. Imagine Shane was a drug dealer and I jestingly joked about it, and that's just the noise, actually.
But we're talking worst pay-per-views outside of WWE.
All right, no, let's give some honourable mentions first. Any that stick out in your mind and leave you with memories, you go, that was shit. What the fuck?
There was
Any moments in pay-per-views that make you just go, fucking
There was a
that.
Royal Rumble that was fucking atrocious one year.
Was that the one that they decided to put 40 people in and Sheamus won it?
No, that was okay. It was a bit much. It was the one Daniel Bryan came back from injury after like a year out, and they had him eliminated like straight away.
Was that the one that Triple H won?
No, it was the one that Roman Reigns won.
Oh, right, okay.
Because
People
Kane
didn't
and
like
Big
that.
Show eliminated everyone, then decided no, let's fight each other, and then Roman just dumped them out.
Yeah, people didn't like Roman Reigns. It's fair play to him for turning it around.
Because it wasn't they did like him when he was like a cool badass and he didn't speak, and then they literally had him wear blue contact lenses.
Yeah.
And like look in the camera like, aren't I still pretty? And they're like, no, You fucking sexy bitch.
Yeah, that is very weird because he looks a lot like that most sexiest bastard in the world, Jason.
So that Rumble was shit. Really, really bad. There was a Mania that's atrocious. Is it Mania 27?
Which was that the Miz?
The Miz versus Cena is the main event.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
Santino wins his... No, that's 25. 25 was atrocious.
What was it?
Santino won the 25 years Diva Battle Royal.
Oh, yes.
As Santina Morella.
That's good banter. You know, that
No,
was
it
very
is
good.
not
That
good
was
banter.
good for women's wrestling.
I hated that.
Put it in the map.
No, I hated that.
But no, like a lot of people hate WrestleMania 9, which is one of my all-time favorites.
Remind me of WrestleMania?
WrestleMania 9 was the Toga Party. But I think that was WrestleMania 11, Bam Bam and Lawrence Taylor, which, by the way, for me, I didn't know fucking clue who Lawrence Taylor was. And what was the other? Like, was it Diesel and Shawn Michaels, was it? Or was it Shawn Michaels and someone else?
That was Shawn Michaels.
And that wasn't the main event. Bam Bam Bigelow versus Lawrence Taylor. What is Lawrence Taylor?
American football player.
American football player. Main eventing a WrestleMania.
He did well. It was a good match.
But also, he's not even like one of the greatest NFL players of all time, is he?
Yeah, it's not like Mike Tyson doing it.
What would have been a good if OJ had a headlined against Bam Bam Bigelow?
Did OJ ever appear in WWE?
I don't know.
I don't think so, but
did OJ ever appear in WWE?
They did do a thing. It might have been in that. Maybe it was. I think it was that WrestleMania 11. Well, it was Roddy Piper versus Goldust in a Hollywood parking lot brawl. And there's a bit where they drive off in cars and they just use the stock footage of OJ's Bronco swerving through traffic.
Oh, wow. You know what? You know who's lost in history as being one of the greatest of all time? Goldust.
OJ Simpson.
OJ. I mean, listen, say what you want about him. Guy's a ledge.
Yeah, good
Hey,
footballer.
World. Yeah.
Say what you want. Dude could throw a pass.
Listen, the guy.
Goldust is amazing.
Like, see,
the
when
dude was going to get breast implants.
Yeah. But when he first came in, he was like one of the weirdest guys. And it was just, like, was he supposed to be like an Oscar figurine, a gay Oscar figurine? Was that his gimmick at the start? Yes. But then he was one of the best mind games ever. Like, see the behind the scenes.
He's fully out there being like, I'll kiss men in public.
Yeah, but then he would touch men up. Like, I mean, to be fair, he was probably just doing full Weinstein.
Me Too Dust.
Yeah, but Me Too Dust. But he was very into that.
He was great.
And he
was that thing if you were locking up and he was behind you, we just start fucking.
Yeah, rubbing himself. And I don't know how he did it or how his teeth did it, but he could make such a loud bite. Like, it really made a noise. And he was just fucking
theme as well.
Yeah, it was great. And he should have been given a title. Like, they should have made his thing that he just collects all the gold.
They were going to, and then it got to the point people wouldn't work with him.
Why? Because he was...
Because of the character, and they were like, I don't want to be seen as gay. And that's obviously not...
Yeah.
But yeah, Scott Hall famously was meant to face him when he faced Roddy Piper. Mm-hmm. Roddy Piper, for some reason, that Mania showed up half black.
Sorry, half black?
In half blackface. I think it was that Mania.
Why?
To unite black and white people. I don't know.
Listen, what I'm going to say right now, I see anybody out there that's saying no to blackface and whatever, we need to look at it. I think Piper had an idea. I think what we need to do is more people need to just do that.
I'm not doing half blackface.
I think you should do half blackface.
No.
For next episode, half blackface. And then if people have a problem with it, just be like, I'm trying to unite black and white.
Let's get together.
Speaking of black and white, things that need to come back. What were those sweets called that were like minstrels, but you got white ones too, and they're in the one pack, and it was just fucking amazing. Rebels were they called?
No, Revels.
No, they're Revels, but Rebels. Let's find that out. Can you just look that up for me, please? I need to know that because they were the best. No, because then I'll end up looking up the World Cup scores and things because I get distracted because we've got Holland, the Dutch bastards. So yeah, find out those sweets.
Sean Connery with
Holland.
I love how you're talking about Roddy Piper doing blackface, and you're like, look up these sweets I used to like.
But they're black and white. It's like Ebony and Ivory, the song, which
come together in perfect harmony.
Because do you think that's what happened? Piper was blocked. He decided one day, I'm going to listen to some fucking Stephen Wonder and Paul McCartney. And he just heard that and he goes, that's what we need to do. And so he's half black, half white, and he's fighting a gay dude. He is
wrestling
the future. You know?
Oh no, he's dead. But
oh no. That's a shame.
And in terms of terrible pay-per-views outside of WWE, because we don't have a lot of time left, so I want to get this out. Did you ever watch Heroes of Wrestling?
I have seen clips on the internet of Heroes of Wrestling.
So the background of it was they want to recapture the glory days of the wrestling. It was during the Attitude Era wrestling was hot, so they're like, let's bring all the legends back. So you had the Iron Sheik, you had Nikita Volkov, you had Jake the Snake
She's
Roberts.
doing well in NXT now, Nikita, isn't she?
Yes, and you had Yokozuna. Fucker, you made me lose track. I'm pretty sure you had Hillbilly Jim, who looked class.
Wasn't he quite buff? He was like the jacked.
Don't go missing for a country boy, I love him.
Sexy.
He was great.
He get bucked.
He looked a bit like you. And that's why I get bucked. And it was a fucking disaster because all the people there they were out of shape.
But do you think these lads were like, listen, what we're going to do is our social. We'll all get together. We'll take gear. We'll get blocked, and we'll just throw in a wee. Like,
if not, that's what happened.
Like average Christmas do. Like, we'll maybe do a set, but we'll just get blocked.
Yeah,
that sort of thing.
That's kind of what did happen. So Jake the Snake shows up severely overweight, wearing his old tights, and his belly's over him. I think we have a photo.
Yeah.
He comes out the crowd, makes like an old woman feels tits. And then he gets his snake and he gets the snake.
the actual animal or his dick?
No, there's actual snake, but he gets it and pretends it's his dick and just starts like wanking the snake off at the crowd.
Nice.
And this was people are like, this was 20 quid.
Have I ever talked in the podcast about the time, we'll get back into this pay-per-view because it's similar to this, that I went to All-American Wrestling in the Ulster Hall?
I think so.
Yeah, well, when I went to, I've spoken about it before, checking the previous
Where they asked your dad if he wanted to wrestle?
They asked my dad, did he want to wrestle? He's like, nah, but I'll do security. And they're like, send the wee boy front row to look like a Make-A-Wish fatty. And I just sat in the front row being like, Kane. It was just a normal guy from the Shankill in an afro wig and a red suit. Like, oh, whatever. I feel like it was a better quality show than this. Like, that's the point, is I feel like this pay-per-view sounds worse. And who was Big Yoko fighting now? When you say Yokozuna.
Yoko.
But whenever who was he fighting?
I'm gonna say
fat then, wasn't he?
King Kong. Let me look up the card.
Let me just say, Yokozuna, it's safe to say, was a fat guy throughout his wrestling career.
Oh yeah,
he was at his heaviest, and was close. That was just before he died, wasn't it?
It was. I think it was his last appearance.
So he wasn't in good nick.
So you had. So this is the entire lineup.
Tell me the card.
Samoan SWAT team versus Marty Jannetty and Tommy Rogers. Samu and the Samoan Savage. I don't know who these people.
Samoans. You know Samu.
I know Samu. I don't know who
he was one of the head shrinkers, wasn't he?
He used to be called the Tonga Kid, the Samoan Savage. You had Greg Valentine against George Steele.
The Hammer. Now the Hammer's a good wrestler.
Yeah. Two Cold Scorpio.
He was good.
Versus Julio Fantastico.
Who was Too Cold Scorpio? What else was he known as in WWE?
Flash, you so funky. You had the Men Down Under, which was the Bushwhackers, against the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov.
I mean, if that was in the 80s, that's a legendary match.
Yeah, but it was in the 2000s. Iron Sheik couldn't walk. You had Tully Blanchard versus Stan Lane.
Who was both 90.
Yeah, they ruled.
Wow.
Abdullah the Butcher versus the One Man Gang.
Oh, so just two big fatties.
Yeah.
Abdullah the Butcher, didn't he have? What did he have? I don't want to say AIDS because
hepatitis.
It wasn't close, yeah. But he would blood himself all the time, cut himself,
and give other people hepatitis.
Yeah, not a good guy.
You had the Jimmy Super Murderer Snuka defeated Bob Hepatitis Giver Orton.
Right, okay. Oh, Bacon Ears versus the Murderer.
Yeah. So, the initial final main event was meant to be King Kong Bundy versus Yokozuna, and the other main event was meant to be Jake Roberts versus Jim Neidhart.
Yeah.
Jim Neidhart, I'm pretty sure, was coked up. Mm-hmm. Jake Roberts was fucking blocked.
Yeah.
So they just made it a tag match where it was Jim Neidhart and King Kong Bundy with against Jake Roberts and Yokozuna.
So,
and maybe the worst match that's ever happened.
Really?
Awful.
Worse than Sting and Jeff Hardy at Victory Road?
It's imagine if they didn't end that match immediately.
Oh no.
Yokozuna was so fat he could barely walk. King Kong Bundy was alright. Jim Neidhart was out of his fucking mind. Jake Roberts was wanking off a snake. 16 minutes this went for.
In wrestling terms, that's a long match.
Yeah.
16 minutes?
16 minutes.
That's like a main event at a pay-per-view.
With a dude helicopter and a snake and one dude sniffing crack. And
that wasn't just from the stink face from Yokozuna.
No, he was smoking actual crack.
Oh, Jake?
No, Jim.
The Anvil.
I've told you the story about Jim Neidhart going out one time and he didn't trust banks.
Oh yes, with a bum bag full of cash.
Yeah. And the police tried, like he just ended up like sniffing a load of or taking a load of crack, going mental, and he ended up going mental at this place. The police tried to detain him, tried to taser him, and he wouldn't go down. He ended up like fucking fist fighting 6 police officers.
He's a big scary dude, like, isn't he?
Yeah, he was a mess.
Speaking of some advice, anyone out there wants this? I got this bit of advice from Paul Gascoigne. See if you're ever getting in trouble, what Gaz would do if he was out driving, he would stick a 10 glass of booze in his what's it called? Yeah, glove box. He would put the 10 glass, and then if police stopped him and said you've been drink driving, he would open it up and then just neck the 10 glass and be like, oh no, I wasn't drink driving, but now you got me nervous, so I've just drank now. And they were like, well, what the fuck we do there?
But you're still operating the vehicle.
Yeah, but then he would get out and just neck it, and then they'd be like, no, and then by the time he breathalyzed, he'd be like, yeah, I've just necked the 10 glass, of course I'm fucking over the limit.
I can't imagine that's effective.
I mean, it's a life hack. You know Davey's full of good life hacks.
No, I can't imagine.
So what I'm saying, everybody stick a 10 glass into the glove box, and if you ever are drink driving, obviously that's a joke, I have 2 kids, don't ever
Oh, you've got me nervous. Yeah. Let me neck a 10 glass.
Yeah. And by the way, just another life hack for you.
Fucking the time, it's all mine.
Quicker to absorb into your bloodstream if you neck it up your hole. So do a handstand, peg yourself, and just let it fucking drain like an optic, and then they can't arrest you.
I can't imagine. They're certainly gonna let you drive off.
No, because you got a bottle of fucking glove up your hole. It'd be sore.
Smirnoff has.
Yeah. Party shoot that. Party poop shoot. But yeah, that's a wee bit of a life hack for you. There you go. So I say.
So yeah, Heroes of Wrestling wasn't a good show. That's essentially what I was trying to say. Yeah. It goes down as the worst wrestling pay-per-view of all time.
And it goes without saying.
And it was like $40.
So what we're saying is, moving forward, WWE, get rid of the shit ones. Get rid of Elimination
What would
Chamber,
you like them to bring in?
You know what? Do you remember the days like of Armageddon and like Judgment Day? They were good. And you know what they need to bring back? The proper King of the Ring. Like, make it a proper thing again.
No, because I hate the gimmick of I am royalty now. Oh.
But you know what? They don't have to do that.
Yes, but they seem to have to.
But if you're the King of the Ring, just have it as a title. You don't have to wear the crown.
But they always do.
I know. But the
only one that was good was King Booker, who was like, I make my royal decree. What did you say to me, motherfucker?
But I like that, King Booker. But I think they should just get a title shot. And also, don't have a Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Have a Money in the Bank match at WrestleMania.
I like the Money in the Bank pay-per-view.
Oh, shut up. Well, we agree to disagree. That's all good.
I like it.
We're nearly out of time for this week, so I want to move on to you. Got some questions. So to finish off, that was a fun one too.
Yeah, let me.
I mean, by the way, I just want to point out before anyone fucking tries to say that I'm telling kids to drink booze and drive. Don't, stupid. It's Christmas. Don't drink and drive. If you're going out for friends and you're the designated driver, have a soft drink or do hard drugs, but don't drink and drive.
Let me see. I've loads here, so I'll just pick the best. Fuck me, I have so many. Which WrestleMania main event outcome would you change and why?
Ooh, probably, if I'm totally honest, Brock Lesnar breaking the streak.
Really?
Yeah, if I'm honest, because I would have liked the streak never to have ended.
I disagree.
You know, or else have a young boy, like if Roman Reigns beat him.
Have a young boy?
Like have a young guy beat him. I know Brock's probably only feasible.
I'd have had Bray Wyatt beat him.
But you know what I think about Bray Wyatt? He's still not doing it for me.
That would have made him. That would have made him a force.
If it was me, I'd have brought Adam Rose back. If he'd have beaten him in the Party Express, I'd have been a fucking...
Most underrated tag team for me, it's Paul London and Brian Kendrick. That's up there for me as well.
They were good. They were great.
They had that... And
they ran really fast in the ring, didn't they?
Yeah, and then Brian Kendrick's all like, Sandy Hook didn't happen.
Yeah. Spanky, yeah.
Spanky.
If you're going to be called Spanky, you're going to have opinions that are a bit wanky, you know? So, I don't know. Who else was a great tag team? You know what? I enjoyed... Did Randy Orton tag with the man who shan't be named for a while?
Benoit?
Yeah.
No.
Well, then they had that match on SmackDown.
Rated RKO, though?
Yeah, no, I didn't like them either.
Oh, fuck you. What?
I don't like. I like the Edge by himself being like being a problem.
Being a wee horny man.
Yeah, being a wee horny man. Who?
So gotta fuck in and win the match.
The most underrated, not the best.
Yeah.
Well, obviously the dicks.
I know.
The most underrated to watch were probably Chavo Guerrero and Eddie Guerrero, Javito Heat, and you know they were great together, and they never really got a great run, but they were brilliant.
The Los Guerreros were class.
They were great.
Yeah, I'll go Los Guerreros with that.
I like Los Guerreros a lot.
Yeah, I think we'll finish on that because there's too many here.
Yeah, go for it. What do we
One
like
more?
for time? Do we have one more to finish her off? Wrap her up? Yeah.
Jeff or Matt Hardy?
Oh, Matt Hardy.
Oh, you're the same as me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like Jeff.
No, I just thought, well, for a start, I think going full routine, I wasn't a big Hardy Boys fan, ever.
Neither was I.
I never really got into them, never really liked them. I thought they were shit whenever the PSAs, Purely Sexy, was being there. I just never got it. Then I always thought Jeff
Once they got Lita, that was the perfect...
Yeah, I liked that. But then I thought Matt was always boring. But then, since he went out and he started doing...
Version 1.
Yeah, and then see doing all the wee facts, and then when he's hardcore Matt and big
Matt
money
strongly
Matt,
dislikes mustard.
I liked that. And then I thought when he did the broken thing, it was just genius.
Yeah.
Loved that. And
I love
then
Matt Hardy.
I would have loved him to have come back as Broken Matt to WWE and won a title,
He did?
but like a proper title, not the ECW. That's stupid. Bill.
No, he did. He won the tag team title.
No, but a proper like a singles, like a top. I would have liked that from
He
him.
was fucked by then.
But you know what? He could have been the perfect like follow up to the Undertaker, because that whole weird thing would have been great.
He was wrecked. He could barely move.
Yeah, but then he could have just got other people to do it for him and said they shapeshifted in the wee regeneration lake or whatever it was.
That would have been cool.
That would have been pretty good.
Yeah.
And then you could have done all that weird shit with Bray Wyatt, and that's what could have cured the
Remember
Fiend
they did a
instead of
final
coming back.
deletion that had like wee Scooby-Doo chase and
But
all
it
that?
was so great. But then obviously Bray Wyatt, when he got burned and then came back through that tunnel, he should have gone into the lake of regeneration. Would have been way better with Senior Benjamin bringing him out.
A dilapidated boot.
But listen, guys, this again, you know what? This is fun time. Fun time. The podcast is
Thank you
coming
for
up to
joining us.
Christmas. Thank you for joining. You know your Christmas gift to us would be to subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast and get this in your ears every 2 weeks.
Christmas time, mistletoe and wine.
Yeah, mistletoe and wine or vodka bottles up a hole, whatever tickles your fancy. Listen, if you're going to be going out on Christmas Eve and getting blocked up, don't watch Television X. They said the Channel Vision X. Don't watch Television X. Watch Pornhub. Why am I speaking like Sean Connery?
I don't know. You can't, are you having a stroke?
Merry Christmas. Maybe. Merry Christmas.
It's Christmas.
The Grinch. Right. See you later.
See ya.